Alright, this video is going to be a little longer than normal because I'm gonna go through the truck a little more, what I need. Still debating on these wheels here because these are wheels I had about back at 85. Debating on whether to sandblast them or just get new ones. The new ones are kind of, I don't know, just aren't built like these things were back in the day. But I'm going to need things like these marker lights. I am going to get new emblems for the love and the Mikado, which is Japanese, I think. It's a name they give emperors. I can't remember. Someone could probably correct me. Gas tank. I don't know if I'm gonna put one under the bed like original or put one in the bed. Don't know yet. Don't know why those screws are right there. Someone did that. But truck manufacturers, modern trucks, we don't have these dang cargo things on the frickin' outside of the bed so you can tie down loads. This thing's got them all. These older trucks have them all the way around, and it was the best thing since sliced bread. Nowadays, like my Ford truck up there, the tie downs are all the way down in the bottom corners down there. So if you got a load in there, you got to rip your arms apart trying to get straps on your load. And then of course there's nothing on the top rails up here. And so these modern trucks, you got to buy these little bull rings that drop down in the stake points in the corners. But yeah, come on, manufacturers, bring these dang things back. You guys are knuckleheads getting rid of them. Anywho, this truck amazingly has a good 90% of all these moldings, which is extremely hard to find. And they all are in really good shape, these moldings, which is nuts. I will need a new mirror because that one a little broken. The interior, look at these doors too. So, shuts perfectly, little effort, amazing. But I will need all these moldings. I'll probably have to get new panels here. That could probably be cleaned up. Still got the cranks and the little one finger wing windows. Oh, holy crap, I love those things, people. Bring those back, truck manufacturers. I love the dang wing windows. The dash is missing the top part. The gauges themselves look pretty good. Once I get in here and clean this thing up, they'll probably be surprisingly look surprisingly nice. But somebody's kind of gone in here and tore things up in the truck. Still got this plate down here, this little kick plate, amazing. The seat, even though it's filthy, still looks really good. The headliner, how often do you see a headliner that's not ripped apart or falling down, touching your head? But the interior still looks really good for a truck that's been sitting for years and years. Still have that shifter, I'm assuming come out of a Camaro. I didn't see those in other cars. The only Chevrolets I saw those in were the Camaros. Dang. Oh, that looks pretty good. Definitely need some carpeting in there. But it looks pretty good. I had to borrow that wheel and tire from my buddy. I'll give it back to you, Ron. Yeah, a little bit of body work, these little tiny dents right here because the single wall beds. This little bracket is supposed to have a latch like this to shut the bed, but this one snapped off somewhere, so I'm gonna have to find that plate with the bracket and handle so I can latch that corner. The bumper's just a little chinkered up. There was a guy doing videos on the Loves, turned it into a NASCAR two-wheel drive. Said It might have the rear bumper. If it's one similar to this, I'll be hitting you up probably, buddy, see if it's in better shape than this one. Let's look underneath. Whew, gnarly. These rear ends, this is all stock Chevy Luv running gear. Those axles are tiny, but somebody had an issue because it looks like a seal's blown out there. So somebody had an issue with this thing. But yeah, it's kind of crusty rusty. Transfer case is still there. The drive line's missing. I'm assuming that what happened is that because I had the issue of these axles always breaking from the power of the engine, is someone probably took the drive line out and limped home with the front wheels. Just four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive truck just to get you home. I've had to do it several times, and that's the one thing I'm debating, getting rid of this running gear. And I'll have to find out what's my best bet, is to actually take the body off maybe and put it on, say, like a Land Cruiser frame or a Jeep frame, because it has that running gear probably handle the power of a V8 better than these little tiny 2-inch diameter axle tubes. Because the original engine in a Chevy Luv was a little 70 horsepower 4-banger, and man, that thing, just like a Toyota Prius, would not get out of its way. Gonna be needing some new tail lights. This one's shot. This one's all here. I don't know, I'll have to clean this one up and see if it's any good inside. Still has the chrome pieces on it, which is still crazy. This one doesn't, unfortunately, but I should be able to find that, no problem. More body work. That was my doing. I felt like an idiot after I did it. I had a giant sprocket. I mean, this thing was huge. Must have weighed 150 pounds. And I put it in the back for weight in the snow because my truck was spinning in the snow. And I didn't even think about that thing when I was young and dumb. Sliding around in the back of the truck, and it made a mess out of the bed. So I'm gonna have to talk to the body man and see what he thinks about that. Because this bed might be harder to find, because this is the shorter bed. You can find those long beds all day long, but a shorter bed is probably gonna be harder to find. Over on this side, still got all the chrome pieces all the way around. This door's a little harder to open. Yeah, I had to get up on the trailer to open that. And the emblems. Have to replace all those. Up in here, someone took out the motor I had in here and put this thing in. But amazingly, it's freaking excellent shape overall. You know, back in the day, we did some crazy cutting whee, to make things fit. Not probably the safest thing in the world. If I was to keep this frame underneath of it, I'd probably have to redo this somehow, because that is just sketchy. But when we were younger, we didn't care. And then we made these ugly mounts just to get the engine in. And there's actually chain down there that we had to chain the motor down because it would try coming out of here all the time. And it doesn't look like the front bumper was damaged or nothing, because the mounts are still straight on here. So someone must have just taken it off to put the engine in and just never put it back with the truck. So I'll definitely need the headlights, which I probably go LED, a grill, and a bumper. I'm debating, because I think I want to put like an old school tube style bumper with a couple KC big daylighters on here, and the same with the back. Someone at one time back here put one in. Here's the hood too. The hood's a little eaten up on this corner, so we'll see what the body guy tells me. But you can see over there and right here the holes where they had one of them. You don't see them as much anymore. Them old school, I don't even know what you call those bars. But you had the one bar that come up here and goes with the roof line. And then the one angled bar comes up here and goes up. And then I'm gonna put like 4 KC daylighters up here on the top. This looks like the bed got bent a little bit. We can pull that back, no biggie. But lots of pine needles because I was up in the forest. But today I'm gonna clean this thing up a little. And took the antenna too, I don't know why. And the windshield I probably will not change until it gets broken because that little hole has a lot of memory from when my buddy blasted it shooting street signs as we were driving down the road with his pellet gun. And the dummy, when he was swinging to go out the window to hit one, he hit right here and he had his finger on the trigger like a moron. Bing! Shut the hole in there. But you can see the top of the dash. I'll have to probably replace the top part, but the dash itself overall on the inside looks really good. Again, all these chrome pieces. I think that's the only little dent I've seen on all of them. Every one of them is perfect. It's nuts. But we'll put the phone down here in a minute and start my list of things I gotta get. But this project will be in memory of my wife that passed away around Christmas of 2021 due to all that stuff that was going on. And she loved this truck just as much as I did. And I wish I would have known about this truck sooner, because this was definitely a project my wife could have got behind, and she would have probably filmed me the entire time I was working on the darn thing. But now it's just me, and I'll do this truck in memory of her. So a lot of videos to come, but I'm out for now.